Texas Republican Congressman Pat Fallon. He's a member of the House Oversight and Armed Services Committees. Congressman Fallon, it's great to see you today, and we so appreciate your time. Now, you're not really supposed to do this when you're talking to a congressman, but I've got several questions for you, and I'm just going to put them out there because this is so complex. First of all, I want to see where the House is on its investigations into the Hunter Biden laptop and how Joe Biden may potentially be involved here. But also, these payments now to Hallie Biden, how could they possibly be explained? And third, this countersuit regarding Hunter Biden and the laptop repairman. First, Hunter Biden said it wasn't even my laptop. This story isn't true. Now he's worried about his privacy. Congressman, I'll let you go.
Well, yeah, listen, first and foremost, who was Hunter Biden? Hunter Biden was somebody that was really led a life that was a bit on the derelict side. He had problems with hard drugs and associated with nefarious individuals. And then suddenly he became a successful international businessman and multimillionaire. Now, what changed in his life? Oh, that's right. His dad became vice president. Then his dad in 2019 said, I don't know what my son's doing. We found out that was a lie because he was meeting with dozens of his son's business associates. So Joe Biden built this firewall. And what all we wanted to do for the last 2 years and 2 months was simply find out what in the world's going on with the Biden family and what is their business, by the way, also. There's something called a suspicious activity report, and that's generated when a financial institution suspects there could be fraud, money laundering, insider trading, that kind of thing. The Biden family has had 150 of those issued on them. So all we asked 26 months ago was, let's see the SARs, because Congress has traditionally been able to view those. The Biden administration and the Treasury Department have been stonewalling us for over 2 years.
Congressman, I want to switch topics as well, if you will, with me. China's President Xi Jinping is also planning to go to Moscow next week. He's going to be meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin in sort of a show of support. Are you concerned, though, that China and Xi are flexing their muscles and trying to broker a deal and try to really get some attention on the world stage?
Oh, there's no doubt about that. I mean, Xi Jinping has consolidated power like no other Chinese leader since Mao, quite frankly, and they're bent on world hegemony. And Russia is simply a means to an end, because I think Russia is going to have to look out for themselves, watch China in 10 or 20 years, because they have so many natural resources and a declining population and a large border with China. But what Xi is doing is talking out of both sides of his mouth. He says that all nations should respect the sovereignty of other nations, and yet he's supporting Russia's violation of Ukraine's sovereignty. And he's also saying that they want peace, but he's now supplying, well, he's had a lot of economic support for Russia, but now they're supplying military assistance as well.
So while China and Russia are aligning, Congressman, the International Criminal Court is issuing an arrest warrant against Vladimir Putin, accusing him of being responsible for war crimes committed in Ukraine. It sounds like it means something, Congressman, but does that at the end of the day make any difference in terms of what's happening in Ukraine with Russia and how these alliances are playing out on the world stage?
Yeah, on the boots on the ground, it really doesn't make much of a difference, as you said, Brian, but there is a court of public opinion. And the West has nobody, put to you this way. I met with an Estonian parliamentary member, and he said to me, and it was so right, no one unites NATO like Vladimir Putin. And quite frankly, the West. And China has been surprised by our resilience, and so has Russia. So, we have to do everything we can within reason to ensure that Ukraine wins this fight and Vladimir Putin doesn't succeed.
It seems, though, on that front, that China aligning with Russia is going to be a huge obstacle to that, Congressman, and they're showing no signs of slowing down. Our president has done very little, it seems to me, to get into the middle of that. What does he need to do to make sure that that alliance doesn't strengthen?
What we need to have is leadership from Joe Biden, because quite frankly, yes, do we trade with China a lot? Of course, and they trade with us. But they need us a lot more than we need them. And he needs to flex the trading muscle to say, okay, if you want to go ahead and do reckless things like supply military assistance to Russia, then we're going to slap tariffs on your goods. You're the one with a massive trade surplus on us, not the other way around. And, you saw Donald Trump do that. He was the first president in modern times, really, to stand up to China. I'd love to see Joe Biden do the same.
Well, tricky to do that when you've got some of the problems that he seems to have right now, and they're coming out day by day. Congressman, we got to leave it there. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks, y'all. God bless. Happy St. Pat's Day.
You too.